On Santa Barbara, has Lily finally met her match?
You're going to wish you were never born. Don't you dare threaten me.
This week.
And even now, at 5 in the afternoon, the temperature in downtown Santa Barbara stands at a blistering 100 degrees in the shade. And don't look for nightfall to bring any relief, folks. The weather jock says there's just going to be more hot Santa Ana winds blowing tonight. Better than a full moon to make you and your baby get a little loose, a little heat-crazed and wild. Never know what might come knocking at your door. Tell yourself it's only the heat. Mirage Land.
Come on in. Santana.
They released me from the hospital, Gina.
I see.
And I came straight here to you.
Really? Well, that's very nice. I'm glad for you.
Ah, don't be. You see, I came here to remind you that all along I suspected that you're the one who replaced my pills and got me hooked on addictive drugs. Well, I'm going to prove it, and I know just how I'm going to go about it.
Poor thing. I guess they let you out of the hospital a little too early. You're still ranting, obviously.
Ah, you'd want me to believe that, wouldn't you, Gina?
What do you think you're doing? Plug that in.
I think you better get used to the heat, Gina, because you're going to be feeling it a lot from now on.
Come back to bed. I'm tired of saving your place.
I was just thinking.
It's a dangerous pastime. You bucking for hazard pay?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, and you're probably going to get angry with me, but I'd rather that you hear it from me than hear it from her.
It's too hot to get angry. Go ahead.
I know that there's a lot more between you and Victoria Lane than an old affair. I know that there's a lot of old secrets, and you wouldn't be as secretive of me if it were just an old affair. I mean, I know more than I want to know about your relationship with Santana. But I just can't imagine that Victoria Lane did anything worse than Santana did to you.
Why don't you just stop imagining altogether?
I can't. Because I have a feeling that all these secrets boil down to Keith and his sister. So I went to Victoria Lane and I asked her.
Hello, everybody. I'm afraid we're going to have to detain Miss Benson a while longer.
Oh, Keith, my client has just been through an exhausting arraignment. She's been charged with manslaughter. Give us a break.
No longer than necessary. Your brother Ted is here. He refuses to make a statement, but he wants to see Haley.
I'm sorry, that's out of the question.
Haley, I want you to persuade him to stop sacrificing himself. All I want to know about is the fire.
Now, all you want is something that you can incriminate her with, but I'm not going to let you play the two of them off against each other.
Mason, I think maybe I should.
Haley, we can discuss this later.
What are you? Her lawyer or her trainer? There's Ted. 2 words from you and he won't get sent up the river with you. Believe me. Believe me when I say that. We'll get you with or without a statement.
All right, Keith. That's about enough intimidation. Excuse me. Do you want to try to compose yourself just a little bit?
I can't. I've got to get out of here.
Listen, you are here as a concerned friend, not as a suspect, not as a witness. And if you keep succumbing to the jitters every 10 minutes, Keith's going to think you know something. And with nobody else talking, Keith may decide to give in to public hue and cry and come after you. Ted and Brick would like nothing better than to have Haley painted as some sort of pawn in some master game of yours.
Maybe they're right. Maybe she was one.
Well, look, I don't think that a guilty conscience is out of place, but do you really want a nice long jail term to go along with it?
The truth is, Mason, I did manipulate her. Same as I manipulated my followers, including you.
Will you please tell me what this sudden attack of remorse is all about?
It's not sudden, Mason. You must think I don't have a heart or something.
Well, you did admit to manipulating people, but I'm still on your side.
I'm just being honest. Dear God.
Really, it's okay. We all manipulate once in a while. The whole fabric of society would unravel if we didn't. I mean, can you imagine a society where everybody said what they meant? Chaos. The demise of the family, for sure. Thank heavens for stifled feelings and unstated motives.
Like mine. Reasons why I'm here.
Well, if you mean rabble-rousing, I think your secret is out.
I've got to get out of here.
I have to talk to you.
Well, then talk. Don't whisper. Talk.
I didn't think you'd want everybody to hear me calling you a lying, backstabbing scum.
They only enhance my reputation if they do, darling.
You didn't come through for me today at the arraignment. No, you sat there like a bump on a log and let them charge Haley with manslaughter.
What was I supposed to do?
Well, you could have said something about her youth and her innocence, all of that.
She wasn't running for the spring fiesta queen, dear.
I know something that'll light a fire under you. No sooner did I get home today and collapse from the heat and my nerves than guess who popped their head in my door? Santana.
Oh, how neighborly. Will you make her some cookies?
Laugh while you can, Keith. No, as a matter of fact, they've sprung her from that rehab place, and she's running around free on bail. She says she's going to prove that I switched her pills and nail me for it.
She used to be such a quiet little thing.
Enough with the nostalgia, Keith. I want to know what you're going to do for me, how you're going to help me out.
Well, my guess is nothing.
What? What?
Whisper. Whisper.
How dare you say you're not going to do anything for me? Your head's on the chopping block along with mine. After all, you knew exactly what was going on.
Oh, Santana just wants to beat the hit-and-run charge. And she knows if she can prove that you gave her drugs, she will. More power to her.
Well, you certainly carry a schoolboy crush a long ways. What about me?
Well, putting myself in her place, I honestly hope she pays you back for that lousy trick you played on her. Serve you right.
You're going to be sorry if you throw me to the wolves, Keith.
No, I think it'll be the wolves I'll be sorry for.
Come in. Santana, how you doing?
I'm glad you recognized me.
Well, of course I recognize you, and Cruz always real nice to me. You're looking good.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a wonder considering that you're the one who supplied the drugs that wrecked my marriage and nearly ended my life.
Oh, hey, now, wait a second, Santana. You got it wrong. Cruz and me, we went through all that, and
we can talk about the past a little bit later. Right now, I'm concerned about my immediate needs. Are you going to invite me in, or do I have to stand out here to discuss business?
Business?
That's right.
Well, I guess you can come in.
Thank you.
Now, what kind of business did you have in mind?
Getting my next fix.
What?
I came to get a new supply of pills. I need them, Angel. You're the one who got me addicted, remember? You're the only source I know.
Well, I guess I should be glad it was Tori who got the 3rd degree this time and not me.
It wasn't like that. I know you well enough to know that you're hiding something from me. And all you keep telling me is that my imagination is running away with me.
It is, that's right.
Well, if the truth is so much worse than my imagination, why don't you just tell me and shut me up?
What did Tori tell you?
She told me she never met Katie Timmons, which I personally think is a lie. Well, you don't seem too put out. I thought you'd be upset with me.
Then why did you do it?
I guess I should have known she wouldn't say anything. I guess she promised she wouldn't say anything, and then you promised you wouldn't say anything. Is that it? Where are you going?
I'm gonna get dressed and go to work.
You don't have to leave yet.
This seems like a good night to go in early.
Are you that desperate to get away from me?
I want to get away from these questions, Eden, not you.
Well, I'm sorry, because me and my questions are a package deal.
Well, I'm sorry, too. But I'm hot, I'm frustrated, and I don't feel like dealing this.
Well, when are you going to be able to deal with it? Because me and my questions, we're not going to go away.
I gathered. That's why I'm leaving instead.
What you are doing is wonderful, unselfish, but you can't keep protecting me like you want to.
Well, who else is going to if I don't? Listen, I've been thinking, if they're leaning against me this hard, then that must mean that they don't have enough evidence against you without me.
Right, okay, Mason is taking care of my legal rights, and that's okay, and it doesn't matter because I resigned myself to accept whatever they give me. Now, I'm going to have to testify sooner or later.
You don't have to testify. Now, come on, what's Mason been telling you
I
here?
have to testify if they keep asking questions about Lily.
Okay, even if this means going to jail?
Yes, if that's what it takes, I'm prepared for it.
Believe me, Helly, you're not. I mean, I have been there. This is not a place where you just kind of hang out and let time pass and just meditate. I mean, it is bad news with a lot of bad news people in it.
You think I'm pretty naive, don't you?
No, I don't. I mean, I think you're being very brave, but I don't think there's any call for it. I mean, why do you have to take the fall for somebody who is really responsible for Amy's death? It's Lily Light.
No, it's not. How could she be responsible if she wasn't even there?
Because she was up there in your head. I mean, you wouldn't have been there either if it wasn't because of her.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear this. You're making me sound like I don't have a mind of my own. Ted, I am trying to make you realize that what you are doing is a waste of time.
Because when it comes down to the wire, you're going to spill everything to save Lily.
That's right.
Even if my freedom is on the line?
I am trying to tell you not to put yourself in this position. Don't lie. Tell them all that you know, Ted. Don't break any laws.
Because Lily comes first, no matter what, right?
I love you more than I have loved anyone, any man. But I've asked you not to make me make this choice.
Okay. Fine. I give up. I mean, why should I risk everything when you don't even care?
No, Ted.
Excuse me. Can you get somebody to tell them I'm ready to talk? I'm ready to make my statement right now.
What are you doing, Santana? I mean, I can't imagine you're just gonna come over here on your own. Somebody put you up to this, didn't
nobody
they?
put me up to anything.
Yeah, who was it?
Look, I told you that I came here because I had no one else to turn to. Look at this. You see this? This is all for you. You just have to help me.
Look, put your money away. I don't want it. I can't give you anything for it.
No, I don't believe that. I understand that you can get your hands on anything that's going around here. They say that you're a big-time operator in this area.
Yeah, well, whoever told you that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, maybe you want something more than money? Is that it? Are you holding out for something else?
Look, I don't know what you mean.
You want me to sleep with you to get the drugs? Is that how Gina got them?
No. Listen, I already been questioned, and they found out I was clean. They couldn't stick any drug charges on me, and there's no way, Santana, that you're gonna get me to admit anything now, no matter how hard you come on to me. So if they got you wired, forget it. And if this is an act, will you drop it?
All right, fine. This is an act. But I still want to do business with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to do business with you. I have no business to do with you.
Angel, I'm not out to get you. As a matter of fact, I don't even care what happens to you. But you see, I know about this book that you've got, this contact book that has Gina's name in it. I just need for you to admit the truth, that's all.
I'm sorry. I can't help you. I cannot help you. I think you better leave.
I'm not going to leave, and I'm not going to let you get away with this. Cruz got you paroled. Have you forgotten that?
No, I haven't forgotten that.
I'm glad that you haven't forgotten it, because I'm going to let you know what a hell that Gina and those drugs put the both of us through.
Look, I read the papers. You know, I know what went down.
Yeah, you know what went down. So that means that you've got no excuse not to help me. I'm the one who's going to be sent to prison because of what Gina did to me. If you've got an ounce of gratitude or an ounce of human feeling, you'd help me clear my name and put the blame where it belongs. Open up, Lily. I know you're in there. Stop. Just go away. Leave me alone. That's it. Would you just stop? You're disturbing people.
Well, then let me in because I'm not going away.
Look, if you don't go away, I'm going to call the police. I mean it.
Fine. Go ahead. Be sure and have them send 2 officers. We can have a little party. Do you like men in uniform or only in choir gowns? Well. So you finally managed to move in with Mason, didn't you?
Well, it's only temporary until I find my own place.
Don't lose heart. Nothing is temporary until it ends. I bet you couldn't wait for CC to kick you out, so you could move into Maison Mason. So tell me, have you started wearing Mary's old clothes, or are you just concentrating on taking her place in his bed?
No wonder you hate everyone so much. Because you judge them by yourself.
You save souls your way, and I'll save souls mine. On the top of my list are Haley and Mason.
Who appointed you guardian angel of anyone?
I appointed myself, just like you tried to do. But I'm here to tell you to pack your things and get out of town. My only regret is that you won't be spending the rest of your life in prison for Amy Wallace's death. But I know once the police got a hold of you, you'd start squealing Haley's name like some stuck pig, which is exactly what you're going to be if you don't get out of town by tomorrow morning.
Look, don't you threaten me. Don't you dare threaten me.
I'm not. I'm being nice. But if I see you after tomorrow, you're going to wish you were never born.
No. Someday, you're going to wish I was never born, Gina.
Gina?
Well, welcome home, stranger.
What are you doing here? How did you get in here?
Why, your charming roommate was charming enough to invite me into your charming apartment and try to explain to me about your charming life of sin.
I doubt that she said anything of the kind, Scarlett. Where is she?
Well, don't worry. I haven't disposed of the body yet. Right now, she's in the bathroom, spouting more water than the faucet. I hope you have a lot of tissue. I certainly gave her something to cry about.
Lily! It's Mason. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'll be out in a minute.
Would you like to tell me what went on between you two?
What usually goes on between two women who want the same man?
Oh, Gina, you have this idea in your head that you care about me, but I don't really think you're capable of caring about anybody. Except maybe Brandon. Lately, I've come to doubt your affections for him.
How dare you say that to me, Mason? You know he means the whole world to me. But there happens to be a little space left in it for you.
Oh, what a happy little family we'd be. Papa Bear, Baby Bear, and Mama Barracuda. No thanks, I'll pass.
Don't say I didn't ask. When, Lily baby gets out of the bathroom, you tell her I meant every word I said. Do you like weddings?
Is this the same subject or a new one?
Well, it's just that there's a very important one coming up. But I'll make sure you get an invitation.
Lily, she's gone. Come out and tell me what happened. Lily, what could she have possibly said that would upset you that much?
It wasn't just her. Please.
Oh, did she go into her, why aren't you in jail instead of my niece routine? Lily, listen to me. Do you remember when you found me? How guilty and responsible I felt for Mary's death?
Please don't remind me about how shallow I was.
Now, I can quote you exactly. He said, living is the only way to honor the dead, and living a good life is the only way to atone for the mistakes of the past.
Yes. My father taught me that, he taught me how well-chosen words make people feel better.
Uh-huh. Are you telling me that you don't believe them? That your philosophy, all of this that you've been preaching, is nothing more to you than just a few well-chosen words?
Mason, I have a confession to make to you. I'm not a saint. I don't have any supernatural powers. The only thing I know is what people like to hear, and I know how they respond to it.
Well, I know you're good at mass psychology, but surely there's something more.
No, I learned very early in life that people will give you anything you want, as long as you give them something that they need. And I've even talked myself into thinking there's some higher dimension in it. But right now, I don't have the heart to believe that.
And that's the true way of light, is it?
I'm afraid so. I'm sorry if I disillusioned you. But I just had to tell you how I felt.
Suppose we start with the morning of the fire. Did you see Miss Benson before the incident occurred?
Yes. I wanted to take her to breakfast. Actually, I wanted to just take her out for the whole day. She refused.
Did you have some idea something like this might happen?
No, I just wanted to be with her. I mean, it had been a long time since we'd been together, just the two of us. You know, she hasn't always been this way. I guess it's kind of my fault. I mean, she really needed me, and I let her down. So that's when she became friends with Lily. So, I mean, I could have changed this whole thing here, but I didn't. Because I wasn't listening.
All right, let's take it back to the morning of the fire. Miss Benson wouldn't go with you. Was that because of the protest that day? Did she say she had something specific she wanted to accomplish there?
I'm sorry. I can't do this. I know I said I would. Maybe I'll end up in jail because of this, but I can't make the same mistake twice.
Oh, Miss Lane, there was a phone call for you a minute ago. Inspector Castillo would like to talk to you and asked if you'd wait for him.
Thank you.
What, nothing?
You're the one who said you wanted to get away.
From the questions I said.
Well, right now I can't think of anything else besides questions. Like, why do you have to go so soon? Are you leaving because of your job? Are you leaving because of me? If so, why aren't you going to kiss me goodbye? Do you love me? They're all questions.
Darling, wait, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm sorry. But you can be kind of difficult.
I know.
at times. Well, and you're proud of it, too. You know?
I'm not. I don't like it when we don't talk to each other.
Well, I don't like it either. But yes, I love you. I always will love you. Come here.
Do you really have to leave for work?
Yeah, but at least I'm not going away mad.
And what if I ask you a question?
If it's about Tori, I wish you wouldn't. I don't know what I have to tell you. I mean, you don't have to worry about her. What I felt for her is in the past.
I accept that.
Well, then why don't you just let it go?
Look, Cruz, what's in your past is in your past, but for you, it's not over. This secret, this thing, that it's a part of you, and it has a power over you in the present, too.
No, I'm not going to let it have power over me unless you do.
Well, you're better at all these things than I am.
You're making too much of it. I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Victoria Lane, I saw you sitting here all alone, so I just thought I'd sit down and keep you company.
I can't ask you to sit down. I'm expecting somebody.
It must be somebody important. Been waiting here 2 hours. I'm waiting for somebody, too.
In spite of all that we have in common, I think we'd better if you left.
Why? Was he jealous? Oh, come on. We're not exactly strangers. You know, I'm very reputable in this part of the country here. I mean, the mothers let me take out their daughters all night long. Throw them out windows at me, you know.
Even so, I don't enjoy your company.
But actually, my main reason for coming here was actually curiosity. I was wondering who you would actually wait 2 hours for. Who is it? Cruz Castillo?
No. I think I've waited long enough.
I sent you the message.
What message?
Cruz's message. To wait.
I never got a message. I told you I was waiting
It's too late, Victoria. You see, my curiosity is so deep, I had to know if you were still interested in your old boyfriend, Cruz Castillo. Now, my curiosity is satisfied, and I just have one word of warning for you. Stay away from him.
There's nothing.
It's for your own sake. I'm gonna get him. For what he did to Katie. I'm gonna get him. Almost got him last night. You had a great sense of self-preservation before when you dumped him. Don't backslide on me now, girl. Keep out of my way. Okay?
I want it to be all ivory silk, just like the princesses, with lots of beading. I guess we can forego the coat of arms. And the train. I want it to be 18.5 feet long. A foot longer than Fergie's. Are you paying attention?
Yes, ma'am. 1 foot longer.
That's right, and embroidery. Embroidered bees and thistle. I'm sure we can forego the slimming effect. Look at this girl's arms. I mean, they were made for tattoos.
I can do it for you, Mrs. Capwell, but unfortunately, I don't have a palace full of assistants. So I'm going to have to hire someone to help me make it. That means I need a deposit of at least 50% before I get started.
50%? I never put any money down in a dress before it was delivered before.
I'm sure your life was very different before you moved into a motel room without any air conditioning.
All right. Just go home and start stitching. You'll get your money.
I'll begin when I do.
How's tomorrow morning? All right? Just start work on the dress. I expect it to be perfect.
Mrs. Capwell, is this dress for a play or a costume party or...
It's for a marriage. What do you think?
You never mentioned a bridegroom.
Well, I guess I was too overcome with emotion.
Good night.
Good night. Angel. Well, what brings you to my neck of the woods?
Of us.
I mean, why?
Well, I guess you could say I came for old times' sake, for what they were worth.
How nice. Well, I wish I could invite you in, but I was just getting ready to go out, so I guess I can't.
Oh, that's okay. That's good, in fact. I just came by to give you a message.
Oh, really? From who?
From me? I thought I ought to let you know that you should start looking for a new place to call home, like right away.
Leave Santa Barbara? Why would I do that?
Well, because I'm on my way to Santana Castillo. And when I get there, I'm going to tell her that you was the one who popped her those souped-up allergy pills that you bought from me.
No, you don't want to do that.
Oh, no, I think I do. You see, when you're not around, they seem to have better luck.
Well, maybe you should come in for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about your hot date?
My date can wait.
All right.
Mason? Glad you're here. I didn't think you'd come back.
Of course I'd come back. I live here, remember?
I know. I just didn't know what you were thinking.
Well, I had what you'd call mixed feelings when I left.
Yeah, after you left, I did a lot of thinking myself.
Yeah, so did I. In fact, I've been walking around the whole time, trying to resist the temptation to stop off in the nearest bar and wash all my sins back on. I guess, Lily, that I just don't like meeting people as cynical as I am. Nor do I like being disillusioned. I suppose it shouldn't bother me, but it does. I feel a little used.
Mason, I haven't told you the whole truth.
Oh, don't change your tune now because you think it's what I want to hear.
No, Mason, I believe the things I talk about. I know in my mind they're true, but sometimes I just have a hard time feeling them. I haven't known very many good people in my life. My mother and my father didn't believe. It was all a big show for them. As a matter of fact, they weren't even my real parents.
You never told me that.
I'm not very proud of having been bought at some backdoor adoption. And they never really loved me. It was just useful for them. Maybe that's why I preach about love so much. Something I'm trying to find myself. Something or someone to love. I want to learn to love, Mason. Something that I want so badly. I just get so lonely sometimes. Mason, I've never told anyone that before. And I'm only telling you because you know me so well.
Lily, we all need someone. I just don't think that I'm the one.
No, Mason, don't say that. I'm sure about this. I'm very sure now. After you kissed me that night, I kept thinking about how it felt. I didn't think I was capable of feeling something like that. Things that had never been around me before. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Oh, I understand.
I think if someone like you loved me, I could be the person you thought I was. I mean, you could believe in me again. You both could.
It doesn't work that way, Lily. I thought at one time it did. Look at me now.
I am looking at you.
Well, how do I know you're not just doing what you did before?
Mason.
Giving me what you think I need.
Mason, I've told you everything. All you see is what I am. You could try it, couldn't we? It's not asking a lot. It means so much. To me, at least.
Just name your price. Look, I'll give you any amount of money you ask for if you just keep your mouth shut.
Forget it. I can't be bought. What are you laughing at? Anyway, I made up my mind already. I decided to help Santana out. You know, she's a nice lady. She doesn't deserve what happened to her.
Oh, knock it off, Angel. I know you better than that. You'll go wherever the best deal can be made.
Damn straight. And that's why Cruz said he could give me immunity on this case. And this is what will get me him off my back. That's what you wanted to hear, wasn't it?
What would you say if I told you I was prepared to give you $150,000?
I'd say I've heard that line before. Gina, you got the name, but you sure ain't got the bucks to back it up.
I'm coming into a big chunk of money in November.
Oh, in November? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, sorry. You see, I'm into what they call immediate gratification. Nice try, though. I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a jingle when winter comes, and I'll see if I'm ready for a snow job then.
Wait a minute, Angel. I've got your instant gratification for you. And it doesn't have to be instant. No, it could be, well, it could take all night. And the $150,000 goes along with it. 1, 5, 0. 0, 0, 0. Now, do you want to stay for the rest of the show, or do you hurry over to your friend Santana?
Well, those are some nice zeros. Santana who?
Well, I don't want you to forget about her completely. I mean, eventually, I'd like you to talk to her and tell her a slightly different story.
Different how?
Well, I'd like you to tell her that you sold the drugs to Keith Timmons.
Timmons? Oh, I don't know about that. That's the DA, right?
I know who it is. What do you say I just leave the high heels on?
Hi. I changed hours with Paul so I could come home.
Some light candles?
Yeah. I've been worried about you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just went for a walk on the beach.
No,
I left you a note if I needed
that's not what I meant. Actually, I saw you walking on the beach. I was worried when I left.
Oh.
You don't seem happy.
I'm happy. You make me happier than I've ever been.
You don't seem that way. It scares me.
What can I say? I'm insecure. And if I didn't love you so much, I wouldn't be so unbearable.
No. It's because of Tori.
Cruz, she was a big part of your life. And I accept that. That she's still a part of your life, I don't.
I understand the way you feel. But I gotta ask you to respect the way I feel. I wouldn't be playing this so close to the vest if I didn't have to, Eden. Could we possibly go an hour, say, without mentioning her name or saying the word secret?
I suppose so. Actually, to be safe, why don't we try going a whole hour without talking? Is that what you mean?
Baby, that's exactly what I mean.
What's going on? What's happening?
Power failure. It's probably the heat. Too many air conditioners online.
Oh, I hate the dark.
See if you can find the candles.
Yeah, I think I saw some over here. Oh, wait, here they are. Why don't they give you a 3-minute warning or something before a power failure?
Well, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it means it's time for lights out for Lily. There we go. Excuse me.
Mason, where are you going?
I had the maid make up the bed in the guest room for you.
Well, wait a minute. I don't understand. Just a minute ago, you...
Yeah, I know that was a minute ago, Lily. I don't think it's such a good idea right now.
Mason, don't say that. Mason, I've been waiting for this night all my life with someone that means as much to me as you do.
Lily, I think that in some ways you're very wise and very mature, but in other ways you're a very young girl, and, well, I'm not a good person for a young girl to get involved with.
Mason, I think you think you're a lot worse than you really are.
Believe me, it's no fun knowing me as I am, but trust me, there are better people for you to be involved with.
I'm not talking about the rest of our lives. One night, that's all.
It's not that I don't understand how you feel. I mean, when I think of the times that I've needed somebody, when I thought I couldn't survive without their help, well, you were one of those people a short time ago.
Well, I still am. Mason, no one could understand what we've gone through together for the last 2 days. We don't have anyone to turn to. Where are you going to go? You going to go to your father? Your brother claims that he hates you. And the only people looking for us are the police.
Lily, I'm sorry. One day you'll thank me for it.
No, I won't. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind, but I don't want to. Whatever happens tomorrow, I want this to remember. I want to finally be able to give you something real.
You just say that Keith didn't tell you why you wanted the drugs.
Keith who?
The DA, Keith Timmons.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't think that's gonna work.
Okay.
Because we need proof.
Okay.
I mean, something to definitely connect him to it.
Look, don't worry, all right?
Ow! It's my sore leg.
Okay.
What? Who is that? Get out of here! Just get out!
Excuse me. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Victoria Lane.
Yes, I do remember you. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. You feeling better now?
Me?
Well, I read in the paper that you had been in the
Look,
hospital.
I don't think I want to discuss my personal problems with one of Cruz's former girlfriends. Excuse me.
I beg your pardon. I'm sorry I shouldn't have said anything.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound that way. I've had some personal problems, and apparently I haven't gotten over them yet. I didn't mean to be so rude.
It's okay. Why don't you sit down?
Well, I may as well.
Good.
You know, I read about you, too, in the
Really?
newspapers. Yes. I understand that your play's doing very well.
Thank you.
It must be a little strange coming back here after all this time.
Yeah, a lot of my friends have moved away.
Yes. You haven't seen Keith Timmons by chance? I'm sure that you remember him. I was told that I could meet him here.
Yes, I think I saw him a while back, but I think he's left.
Oh. Have you seen Cruz yet?
In passing. I hope this isn't too personal, but I also read that the two of you were divorcing.
I loved him very much. It wasn't his fault.
Well, he's a hard person to get over.
If you have any tips on how I could do it, please, I'd love them. It's still difficult for me to stop missing him.
I'm sorry. I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
That was a big sigh.
I was just thinking about how patient and kind you are with me. And how I give you such a hard way to go. Can you forgive me?
You're kidding, baby. It's no problem. Except I know that's not going to stop you.
And I know I get childish sometimes. I just can't believe that you loved anybody before me. I mean, I've never felt anything like what we have. It's not fair that you have.
Who is saying that is anything like this? Eden, look at me. There's love and then there's love.
Yeah, well, I wish there was love 2 and love 7 and love 10. That way I'd know where we stand.
You want grades?
Yeah. Come on, what would I be?
You,
seriously?
Baby, you would be Love 1986.
I don't mean a filing system.
All right, okay. You'd be Love 2 zillion. How's that?
Only 2?
You want to see what we can do to increase your score?
Wait a second. What would Victoria be?
The rebirth of a volcano. 6 years after its eruption, Mount St. Helens renews its lease on life. Tonight from Portland, Oregon on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.